Representing the Bachelor of Arts students is Jordan Merimee. Jordan Merimee hails from Owensboro, Kentucky. In high school, he was a nationally competitive mathlete, computer programmer, and puppeteer, and as such, had lots of girlfriends. In college, he has been president of the Sigma Alpha Lambda Honor Society, was a member of Phi Beta Kappa, and served as an officer in the Theater Students Association. He is a thrice-produced playwright, a published short story author, poet, and film writer, and literature critic. Sorry, I lost my pace. He has performed in 11 productions at USC. His favorite theater role to date was Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird, and his favorite film role to date was awkward dancing white man in the Seth Green film Sexy Evil Genius. Welcome, Jordan.
Whoa. Steve Holt. When I learned that I was voted the BA class speaker, the first thing I thought was, wow, that's really nice. And the second thing I thought was, what were you thinking? Oh well, I did write a speech. I did write a speech. If I wanted to spout gibberish at the last minute, I would be Neil LaBute, but I am not. So. Too real? Oh well. It's all good. Guys, we have all been through a lot. Not in college, I mean today, specifically. Sitting out in the sun, wearing these really offensive hats. I feel like a Cubist painting is assaulting my face. But it's fine, we'll soldier on. Now, as some of you may know, especially by that bio, I dabble in writing. So I wrote a few haikus to commemorate our time in the School of Dramatic Arts. So humor us, parents and family. I'm gonna read just a few. This first one is called Directing Class with Steph at 8 a.m. My classmates are so fashionable. I look like hot, filthy garbage. It's an inside joke, don't worry about it. This one's called Did You Do the Reading? Ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, ha ha, I'm a theater major. Oh well. And this last one is called Senior Year. My friends are all inebriated. It's 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. Oh well. On that note, God bless these saintly professors back here that knew that we were up to those shenanigans and let us graduate anyway. Angus taught us that Shakespeare was a soothsayer and a total player. Paul Backer made us read M. Butterfly, and it was absolutely wonderful. Tony Award-winning David Henry Wong, ladies and gentlemen. I'm starstruck, I'm sorry. Duncan tried so hard to teach us shop. And Joe Hacker taught us to be a 20-year friend to everyone, because as we know, I watched my DVDs and our acting, we're getting there. Don't worry. But I'm telling you, without them, we would still be the terrified, awkwardly dressed freshmen that walked in here. And now we're terrified, debt-ridden seniors. It's great. But in all seriousness, these people here were our family away from our, I hate this tassel, guys. It's the worst. They were our family away from our family, and I don't think we could ever appreciate, what was that? Please donate to the School of Theater. Oh man. But in all seriousness, seriously, thank you all. This room right here, back here, is so full of unconditional love and support that it is ridiculous. I can't handle it. And while we're talking about love, thank you, parents, grandparents, guardians, seriously. We are all here because at some point, we walked in front of the TV while you were just trying to relax and watch Desperate Housewives, and we said, Mom, Dad, I want to be an artist. And you didn't say, maybe you should major in business. You looked at our naive, hopeful eyes, knowing very well the intense struggle that comes along with this industry, knowing it might be a few years before we're the talk of the table at Thanksgiving, and you said, yes, Jordan, go for it. Yes, Paul, you can do it. Yes, Victoria, I believe in you. So seriously, thank you. It means a lot. Laura Caudill, our classmate, asked me to be uplifting and reassuring for you folks in the audience who spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on a degree that no one can agree on how to spell it. But I can't really do that. I'm currently seeking representation and I'm unemployed, ladies. But what I can do is this. I can remind you all why we got into this mess in the first place. And Truls is going to be a little mad that I'm telling this story, but you have to get Truls angry at you once before you graduate, or you're not at the school for. Last year, I was in Eric Truls' solo performance class. Last semester. Time flies, guys. I was in the solo performance, and I invited all my Facebook friends to the on-campus event because, of course I did. A girl who had been in my East Asian film class, who I will call Katie, messaged me asking for info. I was busy and preoccupied, so I responded, "Come if you can," smiley face, and didn't think too much of it. The night of the show, my classmates and I performed our one-man or woman stories. The impeccable Tommy Fleming ended the show. I don't know where he is. Over here? Hey, I love you, man. Night of the show, he closed it with an incredibly brave piece. He told how one of his childhood friends took her own life at age 13. And the loss weighed very heavily on Tommy, but as the story came to a close, he told the audience how he made a promise to himself never to take his own life, remembering the hole in his heart left by her, and reflexively thinking of all the people, even the ones you don't think of, that would be affected in such a way if you were gone. He finished, and the room erupted with applause. Audience members came up and congratulated us in a swirl of smiles, hugs, and tears. Katie came up and said something to me, but I honestly hardly noticed. I was surrounded by family, etc., but I said, "Thanks for coming." A couple of months ago, I received a Facebook message from Katie asking to catch up over coffee, which was weird because we never really hung out apart from discussion section in class. I met her, and before I could eke out cliche small talk and ask how her classes were going, she took my hand and thanked me for inviting her to the show. I smiled, confused, and she told me that during that week, she had been experiencing enormous stress with school and finances, disappointment from her family, and a deep loneliness punctuated by a bad breakup. She had been seriously contemplating suicide and went to the show on a whim. Looking absolutely radiant, she said, "Because of that show, I didn't end up taking my life that week. And because of Tommy's story, I made a promise that I never will." And that is why we do what we do. That is why we won't mind being dancing clown number 2 in a Purell commercial every now and then again to pay the bills. That is why we appreciate your concern, parents, that we're graduating from the School of Dramatic Arts, but we're going to be fine. Some people are called to keep the world living, but we know that we're called to give it a reason to live. The plays we direct, the shows we light, the dances we share, and the stories we tell remind the world that its heartbeat is more than just a random pump of blood. I don't have any advice. I have literally nothing insightful to say to help you out. Jimmy stole all of my remix to Ignition jokes. So I just want to remind you that you already have what you're looking for. Fight on, classmates.